Sonic the Hedgehog the movie, or OVA depending where you're from. Many people are familiar with Sonic as a video game icon, but Sonic is more than just a video game icon. He can be considered a comic book star, as he has the longest running video game related comic book with his Archie comic with the same name, Sonic the Hedgehog. He can also be considered an animation star, as he has had several animated shows throughout the years. In fact, he is one of the few video game characters who has had multiple animation adaptations. He's currently on his 6th animation adaptation with the Sonic Boom cartoon. Those 6 adaptations in no particular order are The Adventures of Sonic, Sonic the Hedgehog or Sonic Sad AM, Sonic the Hedgehog the OVA or Sonic the Hedgehog the movie as it's known in the West, Sonic X, and like I said, the currently running Sonic Boom cartoon. And I forgot, Sonic Underground. They might not all be great, but they are all enjoyable in some form or fashion. One of the ones I don't hear many people talk about is the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. And honestly, I own the movie and I hardly remember it. So coming off my Sonic Boom review, I felt it would be a good time to rewatch it and review it. So is the movie just forgettable, or is it actually a good movie? Let's rock it and find out. The Sonic the Hedgehog original video animation, or OVA, which consisted of 2 30-minute episodes, were directed by Kazunori Ikegami and produced by General Entertainment and Period. The episodes were first released in Japan between January 1996 and February 1996. They were released in 2 separate VHS tapes for each episode. The awesome but now defunct AD Vision licensed the OVA and first released it in North America on 2 VHS tapes between March 1996 and May 1996 with English subtitles. The first subtitled VHS tape, called Journey to Eggman Land, was released on March 29, 1996. The second tape, called Sonic vs. Metal Sonic, was released on May 31, 1996. Eventually in 1999, the OVA was dubbed in English and edited together and released on 1 VHS tape as the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Combining both episodes together made them movie length, so that's the reason ADV gave it the subtitle The Movie. The dub was released as a way to promote the worldwide release of the Sega Dreamcast in Sonic Adventure. The movie version received a DVD re-release in 2004, and in 2009, AD Vision lost the license to the OVA, and nothing has been done with the OVA since. One thing that should be noted is that several scenes were edited or removed from the 1999 VHS release and the early DVD release, as it was thought that those scenes would be too offensive to Western audiences. There was, however, an uncut DVD version released sometime in 2004. Some of the scenes that were removed or edited are Sonic giving Metal Robotnik the middle finger, which was edited to look like an index finger, Robotnik violently groping Sarah, a daydream where Sarah is shown pregnant and breastfeeding, Hyper Metal Sonic accidentally looking up Sarah's dress when he crashes through the bottom of Robotnik's ship, resulting in Sarah repeatedly kicking him in the head, calling him a pervert, and Tails accidentally groping Sarah's breast. Sadly, I have an edited version of the DVD, but watching the movie, removing those scenes really doesn't affect much, so I guess it's not a big problem, unless you like censorship, which kinda does suck. The OVA is animated in the same style as the intro and ending cinematics of the game Sonic the Hedgehog CD. I don't know if this was done on purpose or if it was meant to come out around the same time as Sonic CD did, but was delayed for some reason. But since the animation for the game was produced by Toei Animation in co-production with Studio Junio, I'm going with they were trying to bank off the Sonic CD game's success. One thing I couldn't confirm, but I felt was worth mentioning, is that it's rumored that the OVA was originally intended to be a full series, but the second episode, Sonic vs. Metal Sonic, wasn't successful at all, which caused the company to give up on the plans, so they only made the 2 episodes. It's just a rumor, but I think it would have been very interesting if the OVA was a full series.
Spoilers!
I will be talking about the OVA as if it were a movie, since the version I have is the one edited together to become a movie. The movie begins with the evil scientist Dr. Robotnik, voiced by Edwin Neal, creating Hyper Metal Sonic, who needs the real Sonic's life data before he can be completed. The movie then cuts to Sonic the Hedgehog, voiced by Martin Bird, and Tails, voiced by Lonnie Frazier, hanging out and relaxing outside of their home. Suddenly, Old Man Owl, voiced by Charles Campbell, comes crashing towards their home. Sonic is able to save the old man, and he informs Tails and Sonic that he has a message from the president, which is, go to his office. I find it funny that in this scene, Sonic points out that he could have just called them, saving him all the trouble from going there to talk to him in person.
Sorry.
You know, it might have been easier if you just called to tell us that.
I could have done that too.
When they arrive at the president's office, they find that Robotnik has kidnapped the president, also voiced by Edwin Neal, and his daughter Sarah, voiced by Sasha Bassey. Robotnik explains that a giant robot named Metal Robotnik mysteriously appeared and kicked him out of his city called Robotropolis, and he sabotaged his robot generator so it would explode, which, if not stopped, could destroy the world. Robotnik tells Sonic and Tails that he wants him to go stop Metal Robotnik and shut down the generator, which he is able to convince them as the generator could harm all living life. I don't know why Sonic believes Robotnik anyway about the generator, because this is clearly a trap. Sonic and Tails then journey through the Land of Darkness, and in the destroyed city they encounter Metal Robotnik. Sonic and Tails have a fierce battle with Metal Robotnik, and at first they have the upper hand. That is until Metal Robotnik uses a glue gun against them, and he gains the advantage. Luckily for them, Knuckles the Echidna, voiced by Bill Wise, was passing by and helps them out. The three of them team up and manage to destroy Metal Robotnik, who, surprise surprise, it turns out that Robotnik himself was piloting Metal Robotnik. After defeating Metal Robotnik, the three heroes make their way to the factory to stop the generator. At this point, it's also very clear that this part of the movie was the end of the first episode in the OVA, as the end credit song starts playing but then just randomly stops. While making their way through the factory, Knuckles splits off from Sonic and Tails to fight out the enemy robots, and Sonic and Tails go to stop the generator. They eventually reach the generator, but when Sonic pulls the lever, his life data is scanned by the computer. The badly damaged Metal Robotnik arrives at the trio's location. The robot starts falling apart, revealing Robotnik and Sarah in the cockpit, which Knuckles accuses Sarah of being part of Robotnik's scheme, which leads her to start crying, and she blames Robotnik, which he does not deny. But no, really, she was in the robot, not tied up or anything the entire time, and she just watched Robotnik attack them. Yeah, she was in on it, and the next time she's in trouble, they should just let her be. Robotnik then unveils Hyper Metal Sonic, voiced by Gary Denon, which leads to Sonic and Metal having a super fast epic fight, which Metal wins pretty easily. While they were fighting, Knuckles and Tails went back to the Land of the Sky, where Tails learns that Metal is out to destroy the Land of the Sky by melting the ice caps that attach the floating islands to the planet. A defeated Sonic wakes up in some forest and thinks about Metal knowing everything he does, or has done. When he returns to the President's Palace, he learns about Metal destroying the ice caps. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles go to the ice caps, where Sarah is being held captive by Robotnik. There, Sonic confronts Metal, and the two have an epic rematch. Metal is able to gain the upper hand on Sonic, but Tails is able to corrupt Metal's data using the navigation watch which Robotnik gave him earlier in the movie, and Sonic is able to critically damage Metal. The President arrives at the ice caps and almost dies due to his ship exploding, but Metal saves the President, and Sonic realizes that Metal does have emotions, as he was programmed with Sonic's personality. Metal gets blown down into a volcano, where Sonic tries to save him, but Metal pushes Sonic's hand away and tells him there is only one Sonic, before he is destroyed by the rising magma. I honestly really love that part. It's kinda sad. After Metal's death, Robotnik says that he still has Sonic's DNA, and he can just rebuild another Metal Sonic. but one of his missiles from earlier arrives and blows up the disc containing Sonic's DNA. The movie then ends with Knuckles hitting Sonic on the head for stepping on his head during his fight with Metal, and the two chase after each other. And then everyone else follows behind Sonic before he races off, ending the movie. The story is pretty basic and predictable. Robotnik tricks Sonic and he tries to destroy him, but fails. Then another robot he created battles Sonic and it tries to destroy the world. That's it, nothing new or interesting. But really I don't think it hurts the movie. My favorite parts of the movie are the fights and when Tails and Sonic are traveling through the land of darkness. With such a short runtime, they really didn't have a lot of time for character development or a deep story, but they were able to keep me interested in the movie with its fast-paced and fast-looking action scenes, which is something I like, that Sonic and Tails did look like they were moving really fast. While the characters don't develop, you do understand who they are. They do a great job of capturing them in their personalities. Like, Sonic has his classic trademark attitude, Tails is his intelligent self, Knuckles is kind of Sonic's reluctant ally friend, Robotnik is his evil, kind of cheesy, bad, mad scientist self. So I do give the movie props for being able to do that. Like I said, the movie is entertaining, and there was only really one part where I was kind of bored. After Metal defeats Sonic and the movie just kind of slows down. Nothing really seems to happen until they battle Metal at the ice caps. There's like an entire scene where the old owl was wearing Sonic's favorite clothes, even though he's always naked, so I don't know why he has clothes, just so they can point out that Metal thinks like Sonic. That time is kind of really wasted and could have been used for something better. I thought the animation was actually pretty good. It's on par with a lot of animation of that time period, and since it's an OVA, you can tell it had a little bigger budget than if it would have been on TV. I mean, the movie does have a lot of parts where you can tell the animation isn't as good as in other scenes. They were clearly holding back to save money on those scenes. One thing I really liked about this movie was the backgrounds. I thought they looked really good, and it's something I love from old animation, which is the hand-drawn or painted backgrounds. Some of the backgrounds are a bit plain, but the destroyed cities in the Darkland and Sonic's home look really cool and awesome. My favorite backgrounds in the movie have to be Robotropolis and the destroyed city Sonic and Tails visit. They just look really cool. I like post-apocalyptic worlds, and the designs of the Land of Darkness capture those vibes masterfully. Unfortunately, most of the character designs I did not care for. I thought Robotnik and Metal looked really good, but Sarah and the President, yeah, that's his name, President, they didn't give him an actual name, were pretty plain and average forgettable designs. Which all the original characters in this movie are pointless, annoying, and like I said, forgettable. I didn't like any of them, especially Sarah. I don't like that spoiled princess type character. They annoy me, and I'd rather see him die than be rescued by the hero. Again, she could have helped Sonic and Tails out. They almost died fighting Metal Robotnik, but she didn't do anything to help them. And while Sonic and Tails do look good, I mean, they look like, well, Sonic and Tails like they should, it sometimes seems like their heads weren't connected to their bodies, or like they're holding their head down for some reason. I'm not quite sure what it was, but it was something off. At least I noticed something was off, or to me it was off. The voice acting in the movie was also not very good. The voice actors do a good job playing their parts, but I just felt like the voices didn't match the characters. Of course, that could just be me being used to their current video game voices. One thing that I did like was most of the music in the movie. Half the tracks I really liked and felt like they were Sonic songs from a video game or something, but the other half were just kind of meh and forgettable. But overall, most of the music was really enjoyable. One song I really loved is the ending song, Lookalike, performed by Ryo Kanaka. I've loved this song for a very long time since I first watched the movie, forever and a day ago, and the song is going to be stuck in my head for a good while now after watching this movie. I have to say, I actually enjoyed this movie. I thought I might not since I didn't really remember it, but it was pretty fun. The movie doesn't take itself seriously most of the time. It's mostly goofy and fun, and I actually like that about the movie. I just like the strange balance between the action and the comedy, which kept me interested throughout the movie. The goofy moments could have easily gotten on my nerves, but they actually worked. It was just enough so it wasn't annoying. Also, I thought it was hilarious that Knuckles could just fly around in the movie instead of, having this normal ability of gliding. I also like that they did try to make it feel like a video game. Like when Sonic and Tails are going through the Land of Darkness, they jump on springs and avoid traps like the spikes, and they fought some of the robots from the games, and it really seemed like they were going through a level in a game or something. At the same time, they also brought in a lot of originality. Like, I was really interested in the world. Like I said, the story wasn't very good, but I was interested to know why the world was destroyed and about the Land of the Sky and the Land of Darkness. I thought it was really interesting, and I really wish they would have focused more on that. But again, the movie was really short, so they don't have a lot of time to talk about that stuff. But like I said, it's really interesting looking stuff, and I wanted to know more. To me, what a movie needs to be successful is to be entertaining, and for me, this movie succeeded in that. I do wish the OVA was picked up and actually turned into a series, as they seem to have a lot of cool ideas, and I felt it was an interesting interpretation of the Sonic the Hedgehog games, and I would have liked to see where they went with it. I'm interested to know if any of the people who worked on the project had a lot more ideas of where the series would have gone. It would have been really interesting to know where they were heading if it did become a series, or if it was just originally meant to be a couple episodes and the rumor is false. But right now I think it would be cool if it did get picked up again and turned into a full-length series, or hell, I would even take a remake of the movie with a longer runtime and a more fleshed out story. One idea that I really like that would be awesome to see in a series as a long episode arc is Metal Sonic trying to make sense of his emotions and struggling to handle them while they conflict with his programming. It's never going to happen, but I think it would be cool to see. Alright, so do I recommend this movie? Yes, I do recommend it. It might not be a great movie, but it's still pretty enjoyable, and if you're a Sonic fan or an animation fan, I think you can find something interesting about it. The movie is pretty harmless. It could be dumb at times, but it's also fun. Overall, I felt it was enjoyable, and that's all that really matters. I think it's worth your time to watch it if you can find it. Also, it's pretty short, so it won't take up a lot of your time. The version I had, the edited version, is about 53 minutes and 55 seconds long, so even with the edited stuff and the credits, it's under an hour. Well, that's it for now. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Like, what's your favorite Sonic animated show? Or what's your favorite animated video game show? Okay, catch you on the next one, and thanks for watching. Hey people, if you like this video, check out some of our other awesome videos, like I made a review on Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, and again, thanks for watching.